Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kurt, and welcome back to Farlands or Bust. Woof, woof indeed, Wolfie. Woof indeed. Welcome back to Farlands or Bust. A rare sight indeed. Starting a Farlands or Bust episode and being able to see the outside generating before our eyes. But yes, welcome back to Farlands or Bust. This is episode 501. And the reason we were able to see the outside is because we built this nice little cabin on episode 500. And we made our snazzy diamond boots on episode 500. But we're not done. I do want to kind of fancify the cabin here. Seems a little bit unfinished, hastily put together, right, Wolfie? Which is why at the end of the last episode, I was kind of attacked by a mob on the inside, due to the fact that I didn't properly build and or light it. But yeah, we're going to... Oh, that's a good idea. We have a bunch of wool. Let's put some carpeting in, shall we? Shall we put some carpeting in? I think the bed should stay there. But yeah, let's just finish this off. It's a little bit... Oh, that's why! That's why a skeleton spawned next to me. I have a basement, it seems. That was not advertised in the real estate listing. But I have a basement. What are the chances of that? Well, I suppose they're pretty great, actually. Alright, yeah, the bed should stay. Alright. Huh. Oh my gosh, that's like a perfect little example of right exactly where I built this house. There is a basement. Alright, well, that's interesting. Alright, let's... Oh, that's gonna break the door, isn't it? Yep. No, don't drop the door. No dropping the door. Alright, so we've wasted some wool here on a nice white carpeting. I don't know why anybody in their right mind would ever install white carpeting in a house, but I did. I did. Especially a house with a dog. Right, Wolfie? Alright, so let's make some bricks. I said I wanted to incorporate bricks in this build and then never got a chance to. And we'll have exactly one more brick to use. How shall I incorporate? I'm going to have 13, 14. Shall I just... Woof. Yeah, I don't know either, Wolfie. I'm trying to decide. Let's see. Let's just like make the front... Yeah, the front little facade here. Not really a structural element or anything. But just kind of a little decorative touch. But yes, welcome back to Farlands or Bust, where we normally don't stop to build anything, but this is an interesting time. Oh, and then across the back. Let's do the back, too, because we'll have exactly 7 for the back. All right, I am great. But yeah, we don't normally build things, because we normally walk to the Farlands. Like I said, today is Thursday. Did I say? No, I didn't say. By the way, today is Thursday, September 3rd, 2015. Episode 501, like I said. And we are still raising money for Child's Play charity over at farlandsbust.com. Oh no, I have 2 left. I have 2 bricks left for some reason. Well, theoretically, one should be right there. I did not count this correctly. Oh, because I have the wood in front. I have the wood in front. Let's just... Oh, I actually probably should have made a chimney. Anyway, we are we're just gonna roll with it. That is so very appropriate, isn't it? There we go. Let's do that. There we go. It's all part of the foundation, and then let's put like a half slab or something. I know, Wolfie, we want to get going, but I'm very much behind here. There we go. There we go. All right, so now we have a house. It's got kind of a derpy roof, but I don't really have that much wood to work with. So we're going to leave it as it is. A derpy house for a derpy Farlander, am I right? But yeah, we're raising money for Child's Play charity. Sorry, I keep getting distracted, and the donations keep coming in quite at expedient rate since episode 500, and I do appreciate everybody's continued support and all the kind words, congratulations and whatnot for 500 episodes of the aforementioned Farlands or Bust. We are up to $1,910.18 of our $60,000 goal for Child's Play charity. I guess we can kind of adorn the interior. Put some stoves next to your head whilst you sleep. Let's do that. I don't need this extra piece of glass, so I'm gonna just be a litter bug. I also don't need these wooden slabs. You know what? There we go. It's a little deck, if you will, and then you fall off the edge and you hurt yourself. There, sure, that makes more sense. But yeah, farlandsbus.com, $1,910.18, and that money goes directly to Child's Play charity. Getting toys, books, and games to kids in hospitals around the world. And, oh, you know what, let's, no, we actually placed down at the beginning of episode 500, a sign that denoted it was episode 500, so there we go. Our little house of dangerous, accidental basementitude. And if this is your first time watching Farlands or Bust, you're probably very confused. And if this is not, if you've been watching Farlands or Bust for a long time, you're about to be even more confused. Because there seems to be some sort of electrical problems with this house. I don't know what the heck happened. But you leave for a weekend on vacation. Come back and your house goes up in flames. But yeah, let's just do that because I want to. I'm strange and unusual, and I really hope nothing happens in the next Minecraft day here, because we are going to continue on to the west, to the Farlands. Like I said here in episode 501. Can we just start over? Can we start over? This is a very... Oh, I didn't mean for the forest to start on fire, but I guess that's collateral damage. This is a weird beginning to a very weird episode, and there's a lot of weird stuff happening right now to old KurtJMac, but that's fun stuff. I almost don't want to explain myself, but let's just say sometimes it's very cathartic to take time and effort to build something and then burn it down to the ground. That's poetry, everybody. Eidolons. Continuing on. Yeah, weird stuff is happening. Not only am I back, obviously we missed Tuesday's episode. Normally these go up on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. We missed Tuesday's episode because I was in Seattle at PAX Prime. I will have some discussion about that un momento. But also today, September 3rd, as I've said multiple times, the date is, you may notice some rumblings about the Farland. What's a good word? You're obviously all Farlanders. What's a good word to describe the community? Farlandertum? Around the Farlands. Let's call them the Farlands. Why not? That works. Rumblings around the Farlands that the 2016 edition of the Guinness World Records Gamers Edition. I think it's 2016 Guinness World Records Gamers Edition is the official name. Has been released today, and I am in it. I was in the last edition, kind of just a little text blurb, where they were going over different. There was basically a page about Minecraft, and there were records for this, or the biggest redstone thing, or the longest gaming marathon with Minecraft, and there was also mentioned the longest journey in Minecraft, which was Farlands or Bust, and they gave the previous F3 number. Well, lo and behold, there is a lot more. This is very weird for me. Can you tell? There's a lot more than a blurb. There's a lot more than a blurb in this edition of the Guinness World Records Gamers Edition. I'm not getting a commission or being paid to plug the book itself. I am just appearing in it. So by all means, if you just want to go to your local bookshop or library and simply look at it, that's fine too. But I suppose it's also available for purchase. Plug, I suppose they want me to plug, I suppose. But I'm getting no other than perhaps looking a fool. and perhaps word of mouth. I suppose we will, like I mentioned before, if this is your first Farlands or Bust, if you're coming to this because you've seen this in the Guinness World Records Gamers Edition, this is gonna be weird. You're gonna be like, why is this guy even a thing? But yeah, I'm in that book, and what was it, March or April? It was March or something like that. I tweeted a photo of myself donning the 10th Doctor costume, which, if you can see my right hand here, but also if I disrobe here, but not the diamond boots. I am using a skin loosely inspired by, for copyright reasons, the 10th Doctor, David Tennant, Doctor Who. So I actually, for the first time ever, myself wore that skin, and they indeed did a photo shoot of old KurtJMac, which was a very strange experience. I also didn't make any beds. Way to go, Kurt. You stink. So let's make at least a bed right here. Well, all we can do is make one bed because I used all my wood back there. Also, most of the wood, or wool, excuse me. All right, let's break this down just so nothing spawns on it, and we'll go to sleep. And we'll continue talking about this in the morning. I'm still very nervous and very, very weird about this. But yeah, whoa, yeah, I'm very happy though, apparently. Jumpy. Let's go to sleep. And weird happenstances. Weird happenstances indeed. All right, so we need to grab some wood. We're okay-ish on wool, and we've slept. So we have a place to spawn in case tragedy happens. What's going on there? I like that. I'm gonna go check that out. But I don't have a boat. All right, so let's make a boat. So yeah, well, I can't make a boat. I have no wood. All right, so I guess we're not going over there. It just looked like a very interesting way, like a very interesting opening there with water, which is what this blue stuff is, in case you're unaware. It might just be an island. That just looked kind of neat. Oh well, we'll never check it out. So yeah, they came, they provided a costume, and they took many photographies, like with these were like professional people, like flew in from around the globe. They weren't just here to photograph me. There were a bunch of other gaming edition world record holders that they were going around and doing. What's that called? Like photo spreads, photo things, photo logs, and that was like a whole day thing. A lot of like be action packed. Okay, pretend like you're walking forward, so like you have to actually take a step so that we can get like the motion of the David Tennant coat, and we're going to Photoshop in, you know, the Minecraft scenery around you, and maybe Wolfie, maybe a creeper or whatever. Just trust us, it's gonna look great. But I personally, if you follow my like vlog channel, you'll know 3 videos. Perhaps I'm not the most comfortable putting my mug in front of a camera, so this is just very weird. When they contacted me a while ago, I was very back and forth about it. I'm like, this is cool, and it's awesome to be in the Guinness World Records book, but it's really not my MO to put my face out there. But I did. For you guys. I did it for you. Just think of it that way. So yeah, I haven't seen it at all myself. I mean, I saw when they were taking the pictures, they had the little screen up there that you could, you know, preview the images, the proofs, I suppose you could say. But I'm just now starting to get little trickles, the trickles of images coming in from those of you who have perhaps found it. Apparently, like on advertising, like you guys are starting school and somebody's like school notebook. That makes me feel weird. They like advertise. Oh, these are kids, obviously, who like video games. Let's sponsor the notebook for your school district or whatever, and put pictures on the back. And I don't know why they're using my picture a lot, but apparently they deemed that necessary. Well, I suppose it's because, I don't know, it's possible most of the... Careful, Wolfie! Oh god, Wolfie. All right, I almost had to axe you in the head to save you from drowning. That's how that works. That's what they teach you in lifeguard school. If somebody's drowning, take an axe and pummel them repeatedly. No, So yeah, I suppose other maybe gaming world record holders probably aren't YouTubers. They might just be like either esports people or they just hold these records themselves just organically. So I suppose that makes sense as somebody who already comes with a pre-built-in set of whatever tens of thousands of Farlanders. That's best to market towards that group that already exists, as opposed to somebody who might have the record in, I don't know, speedrunning some game, but you haven't heard of him because he just does it for that and doesn't have like fans or YouTube followers or something. I don't know. I don't know who the other gaming edition Guinness World Record holders are, but that's interesting. That's very interesting, and I am both interested and terrified to see what the final result is. It's all very strange. Like I said, those of you who know me the most, you know that this is very much way like, oh, it's out of your comfort zone. This isn't even in the same frickin' galaxy. This is light years away, expanding faster at an increased rate in the universe and the Big Bang. This is string theory compared to what's my comfort zone. So yeah, so that's happened. So I suppose the cat is out of the bag, and if you find a copy of that or whatever, that's where you can find me. So that happened. I don't even know how to address it, I'm afraid. Oh man, it's very bizarre. And then previously, I was tweeting before that I had like an interview that I missed. It's now they're doing the interview rounds. All the journalists are seeing, oh, there's this weirdo who's, I'm really selling myself, aren't I? Who's got this record? Let's call him up and ask questions about articles. They're going to ask me questions about articles. They need advice on how to journalism themselves. But yeah, so that's why that happened the beginning of last week. I said I had an interview, and some people like mistook it for like a job interview. But no, it was the Farlands of Us press tour is in high motion here. So yeah, that happened. Other things that happened. Can we move on? We can move on. Other things that happened that are actually also out of my comfort zone is I went to PAX Prime in Seattle. I didn't go for the whole thing. PAX Prime is it's the main PAX Penny Arcade Expo, gaming expo, and it is 4 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday of a convention, and I did that in 2013, and that's a long week, because not only is it those 4 days, but if you want to be there for all 4 days, you have to arrive the day before and leave the day after. So it's a 6-day trip. So I decided not to do that this time. I almost decided not to go. It was very last minute. They just happened to, at the Mind Crack, the Crack House, they had availability. So I'm like, okay, I'll go, but I'll arrive on Saturday. So I arrived on Saturday, like late in the day, and went to PAX Prime. And then on Sunday, we had our panel, which is always interesting, and you get to listen to me say like 5 or 6 words. And then we had this is a new thing, that we had a signing, like an official signing afterwards at PAX in like one of the far hotels that we didn't even know was part of PAX, but we had a signing, so there was a good line there that lasted about an hour, and did some autographs and met some people, which is that's kind of the reason I want to go. I'm not really particularly there to make industry connections or speaking of things burning to the ground, the Minecraft world is in that spirit as well. To the ground, Minecraft. Whoa, that's kind of weird. Wait, have a seat, Wolfie. Oh, all right. Well, that's an interesting conglomeration of smooth stone. But let's continue on. So yeah, we did the panel, did the signing. What was I saying? Oh yeah, that's kind of the reason I go there, is more for fan interaction. Although this time, part of the problem, not like poo-pooing anyone, but part of the problem with going with a group, such as Mindcrack or anybody, any group larger than 3 people, I suppose, is that then you're kind of at the whim of the crowd of that group, and if there are no particular leaders, then there are simply wanderers, and you end up just, here, let's go over here, and then we go over here to wait. Let's get over there quick to wait until somebody either makes a decision, or somebody else is finished with what they're doing, or whatever. So there's a lot of stand around and wait, which I resolved on Monday, which is the least of the crowded days. Probably the best day to go to PAX Prime, if you want my personal opinion, for the actual convention. So on Monday, I actually very deliberately separated myself from the crowd and said, I'm going that way by myself. Goodbye. Go on your interviews and whatever else. I'm going this way. And yeah, I just kind of walked around the entire convention by myself. Wolf, yeah, I know that's the way I like to do things, right, Wolfie? And I tell you, I suppose pro tip for next time, I don't know how the other PAXs are set up, but at PAX Prime there is a 6th floor, kind of difficult to get to, but a 6th floor away from the main convention hall. The main convention hall has all the big names, the Assassin's Creeds, the Xbox, the PlayStation, the Twitch booths, the YouTube gaming booths, the big name stuff and loud noises. But the 6th floor is kind of more indie games, but they're bigger than, say, the indie mega booth, which is still way too small and crowded and hard to get through. I don't know why in 3 years they haven't really resolved that, but yeah, it's kind of the indie games and the bigger booths for the indie-ish games, and you can actually, like, that's fun to actually talk to. Oh, you're not some random employee or just random event hire from Forza who has had no actual inclusion in the game. You're the person who made this game I am talking to right now, which is really cool. So I found quite a few. I'm actually surprised. It's something I didn't do at the other conventions. I actually found quite a few cool games to either look forward to or that are already out that I would definitely be playing. Certainly as one of those one-off let's take a look at videos, and maybe some series. We'll see. So yeah, I went around, exchanged business cards and stuff like that, which it's always weird. I never want to. I don't know. I don't want to like sell myself. Obviously, along with the theme here. I'm very bad at being like, I have this many viewers and blah, 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 and I am great, and you should be excited that I'm interested in your video game. I didn't make that other bed, did I? Gosh darn it. All right, let's just make one more bed. That's all we need. I'm normally more organized than this, but I've really been thrown for a loop by this whole thing. So yeah, I'm not very good at that, so it's always a little bit weird for me. Anybody could say, oh, I do YouTube. I mean, you could have 8 subscribers. Oh, I do YouTube. It's kind of a hard way to metric yourself there. But yeah, anyway, that went well. That was probably my favorite day. I mean, that was, yeah, I'll say it. That was my favorite time there, was walking around the convention hall by myself, or just like with one other person. That's always better than being at the whim of a crowd. So let's go to sleep by ourselves here in Far Lands of Busts, and we'll continue in the morning. And convention hallsness. Boop. Uh-oh. Hi, guy. You gonna die before you get to me, or... Wolfie's like, so, what are you gonna do about this guy? Oh, he died before he got to me. You did not get to taste my steely blade. That's a shame. But continuing west here. What else? PAX Prime. Blop, 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 blop. That happened. And got back yesterday, so slowly getting back into things. This is like the only video I'm recording today. But we'll get back into the roll of things. Certainly, I'm talking to certain people. Got quite inspired, and I expired. I am now dead. I am past my sell-by date. No, inspired and whatnot. Speaking of like selling myself as a YouTuber and stuff, if you want to make some connections, Fedrin is somebody to hang out with. That was the second day I hung out with her, and we went through the indie mega booth, and she knows a lot of people who make games and kind of cross platforms across the whole streaming and the YouTubes and the gaming and whatnot, and introduced me to a lot of people. I got to see the Universe Sandbox 2 there, which is definitely a game I'm going to play. I've actually had that for a while. They gave me a copy a while ago, but I haven't gotten around to playing it. Had some problems recording it before. They even, this is where I start to feel like a jerk. They even got me a separate copy that they knew would work with the recording program I use, but I never got around to playing it. But we'll be playing Universe Sandbox 2. Actually, one of the Kerbal Space Program developers is now on board. The team working on Universe Sandbox 2, and had a nice long chat with them, and looking forward to trying that out and letting you know how that goes. But yeah, Fedrin is very good at being giving you numbers and kind of selling the idea of game developers partnering, or maybe not even partnering, just kind of working with alongside specifically those indie devs who don't have the marketing budgets, YouTubers and streamers, and getting that sort of, those sort of connections made. She does a lot of behind the scenes work that none of you probably know about. You probably only know her as kind of she does streaming, a little bit of YouTube. She's on the Speedrunners crew every once in a while, and I've done Minecraft Bingo with Fedrin here and there, but she does a lot of stuff and kind of doesn't get any what's the word I'm looking for? I guess it doesn't get any thanks for it, or what's the word I'm looking for? I'm looking for a specific word. Not notoriety. It doesn't get any, I suppose, notoriety for it. She's not looking for that. That's not the reason she's doing it. But So I just want to mention that, and talking to someone like that she has so many other plans. I mentioned the Life in the Woods in the last episode that she works on, and she's very excited about the next edition of that. And it's just I kind of feel invigorated and more motivated, but then again, I also feel bad. Why am I not that motivated all the time, self-motivated on my own? And what's wrong with old KurtJMac? But it works. So that's always kind of another part. Sure, going to these conventions to meet up with fans and that stuff, and doing panels, whatever, doing this and stuff like that. But it's also just being around other people to kind of I don't know. What's the word? Oh, dang it, Wolfie. I'm at a loss for words. This is terrible news for somebody who does YouTube commentaries. It lifts your spirits. There we go. It kind of just reinvigorates your reason to keep on keeping on, to keep on walking west and whatnot. Similarly, I left late on Tuesday, so everybody was mostly already gone, and I was pretty much just assuming I'd have to go to the airport when everybody else did at 11 a.m. or something, and then spend 6 hours there. But Sevidus, our good friend Sevidus, was kind enough to show me around a bit, and we went to the zoo. We went to the Seattle Zoo, planning on going with other people, but it ended up just being us, and we went to the zoo. We saw some white wolves that I took a picture of and asked people if they had any bones to tame. White wolves and bunch of other crazy animals and stuff. Pretty nice zoo. Kind of similar to the zoo that's in the new place I'm located. But then he also took me around the Nerd Fusion. I almost called it. I always almost call it Nerd Cubed, but that's a YouTuber. The Nerd Fusion offices, which is him and Paz and a few other streamers, have kind of made a conglomerate, and they have offices. You've probably, if you follow, Fedrin took a trip there, and most of the Minecraft crew kind of took a trip there, and it's that's inspiring, but also daunting, because I don't know if I'll ever be at that level to have a separate office with a wall painted green, so you don't need a green screen, and super duper lights and 3 monitors in every office. And that kind of makes it feel a lot like I should have Wolfie spawn, actually, because this is a lot of ice we are happening upon. Let's get Wolfie to spawn over here. Uh-oh. Let's get Wolfie to spawn. There he is. All right, don't freak me out like that, man. Or dog. You're not a man. You're a dog. You're a man dog. What was I saying? Totally got lost. But anyway, it's like a job. I almost don't want it to be like that. I've mentioned this before. It's kind of like I'm working retired. It's nice. Yes, I get to play video games for a living. It's also stressful. There's a lot of stress, and there's a lot of like I said, stuff that like people like Fedrin does, they behind the scenes stuff that you never see that goes into it, both with the help of people like that, but also on my own. And this is I'm not like saying I'm unique. No, every YouTuber or even independent artists, illustrators, musicians, whatever, goes through the same things. If you're self-employed, it's all the same story. But yeah, that's all very like, oh, this is like when I'm at like my lowest and being like, oh, this isn't going to work out for nobody. And you see stuff like that and like, oh, it is working out for some people. Perhaps I should adjust some knobs and dials to see if it can work out for me in a similar fashion. So that's very cool. Anyway, cool stuff. Woof, indeed. Wolfie thinks it was cool. And yeah, so we talked about the Guinness World Records Gamers Edition. We talked about PAX Prime a bit. I didn't do any vlogging or anything at PAX Prime. It's still a little bit weird for me. I'm not. You'll probably never see me doing interviews with developers or hey guys, I'm here at PAX Prime. Blah blah blah. No, that's not old KurtJMac. And hopefully that's the reason why you stick around here, is because you can hopefully relate to that. Maybe. If you can't relate to that, then congratulations. You're in a good spot, socially anyway. But yeah. So that happened. And I do have, like I said, with all these donations to Child's Play Charity. Oh, I met with Child's Play Charity. That's what I want to talk about. Jamie from Child's Play Charity had to wait till the end of the convention to be able to cross paths, but sat down and had a chat with Jamie from Child's Play Charity. She has a lot of cool upcoming things for Child's Play Charity. Am I? Well, they're gonna, normally it's kind of very offhands. I'm not sure how much of this has been released to the public, so I'm not going to be too specific, but, it's mostly hands off. It's kind of just an enabling these toys, books, games, and, other services to get to the hospitals and children's hospitals and whatnot. It's just kind of an enabling service, which is how they, basically turn around a lot of these fundraisers. A lot of it goes directly to the cause, or you can shop on Amazon, and basically Amazon delivers the games or whatever to your hospital of choice, and Child's Play is just kind of the enabling middle ground that connects these two systems. But they're kind of looking at some interesting things to get a little bit more involved. And they seem a little bit hesitant about that too, because they don't want to seem like it's, we're getting involved with these programs and these hospitals for marketing or publicity. No, it's just there's a separate layer to that about seeing the kids and even the hospital staff get rewarded by having these things available, but then also kind of multiplying on that. So there's like more going to be a little bit like as a separate program. Still the same Child's Play Charity, but it's kind of a separate integration to like actually see and be there and document the difference it makes in these hospitals. Is something that they've worked on. I think they've already done one at one hospital, and it's going to be expanding. So that's kind of exciting and interesting. So everything continues to grow and whatnot, and obviously a lot of that comes on the heels of Farlanders like yourself. We've raised over 315, well, more than that now, $1,000 for Child's Play Charity since June 2011, when we first started taking this series as a walkathon fundraiser. So that in and of itself is always very inspiring, but we do, at this moment, need to find a place. Hey, the White Wolves! Anybody got any bones? Let's sleep. Whoa, there's also a big crater next to us. Let us sleep. Oh, on this very dangerous cliff, apparently. Oh. All right. Let's find a different place, Wolfie. I'm sorry. I know you have friends, and you have friends in high places, but these high places are very dangerous for us. Oh Lord. All right. Maybe we should just kind of. Oh, I hear footsteps already. All right. Have a seat, Wolfie. Let's do that. So yeah, at the end of the episode, we make an underground hidey hole. Usually an underground hidey hole. Just that last time we made that. Oh Lord, I hear footsteps. It might be wolves or other friendly creatures, but I do not wish to stay up to find out. But yeah, we make the underground hidey hole as kind of an episode ender for the series, for each episode. So let me properly make this a 3x3 box here. Very nice indeed. Boop, beep, bop, boop. So yeah, there we have it. We are in the Guinness World Records, my friends. We are of the same caliber and achievement as Usain Bolt, the fastest man in the world. Right up there. Same, exactly level. No difference whatsoever between what I have accomplished, what we have accomplished, and what he has accomplished. That is possibly the furthest thing from the truth. But yeah, let's plunk down the bed. Let's make one more boat. We're gonna need more wooden planks in the next episode. There we go. Now this is more or less feeling like my inventory. And yeah, that concludes episode 501, the first of yet another 500 at least to come for Farlands or Bust. Hope you're comfy. Hope you got your snacks, because it's a long journey. My name is Kurt. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Hey guys, I'm here at PAX Prime, blah, blah, blah.